My name is Randy Lindsey. I'm here representing MT4 Professional, and we're going to talk today about live market scanners, and specifically on MT4 because there's usually not a lot of scanners available, especially on the MT4 platform. The focus of MT4 is usually Forex market, but there are a lot of CFDs and other tools that are available on MT4, and if you are a select few, you can have some equities and direct futures exposure as well. But we're going to be talking specifically about the MT4 Professional Scanner, what the MT4 Professional platform extension is, and how we apply it in the markets. So what is a market scanner? We're going to talk about what the market scanner specifically is, what MT4 Professional specifically is, why we need it, understand what the terms are, so when we're talking about it, you know what I'm talking about specifically. And we'll go through a very quick feature summary, and then I give you a very good, thorough live demonstration of all the features of MT4 Professional. And I'll make a very special offer for you guys if you're interested in getting your very own copy of it. And of course, the live Q&A is always going to be available throughout the presentation. So how many times have you as a trader said, oh, I missed that trade? You come up on a chart and you see the moves already left town without you, or the train's already pulled out of the station. You're that guy, right? You've been in that situation before a lot of times. Well, consider the number of Forex pairs that are out there. There are about 50 pairs, about 20 CFDs, 9 different time frames to choose from on MT4. Well, that's over 630 combinations if you do the math. So do you really think that you are able to manually scan through and find just the right opportunity to trade from? Usually not. Most people will have a basket of pairs or instruments that they're looking at and look at 1, 2, 3, 5 maybe. And then usually the timing might be a little bit off if they get a late message or if they're not actually looking at the right chart at the right time. So you can see how difficult that would be. If we could trade and had an opportunity to find something that searched for us in the background, it went through all of the instruments, through all of the time frames, and actually did the scanning for us, that would be a great solution, wouldn't it? So what is a market scanner? We think, in our view, it's an automatic tool that allows us to instantly scan and see the whole market for any symbol or any time frame with any indicator that you use, so that it provides you with a signal as to whether you want to get in the market or not. So if you look at a specific example here, I've got a nice little color-coded chart over on the right. It's an example of 2 moving averages. You're looking for a bullish cross, color-coded green, where you've got your fast moving above your slow, and then you've got the bearish cross where the fast is moving under the slow. And so you've got the red identifying that. And so looking at this very quickly, you can see through multiple pairs and multiple time frames, you have a universe of information sitting right at your fingertips that you can act on. Anka even said in the previous demonstration that understanding multiple time frames is a real key. And if you have a scanner that's sitting there looking at multiple time frames from a multiple instrument perspective, that gives you a really big advantage. So a tool like that would be useful, right? Yeah, I think so. When you're looking at multiple time frames as technical analysis, you know if you're trading in the direction of the longer time frame turn, then you are going to be in a higher probability, lower risk trade setup. The examples you can see here from babypips.com, you got 4-hour trend. Here you've got a 60-minute trend, so you've got a lot more detail. Here's a 15-minute trend. You can still see the envelope is always going to be the same, but you can see within there's a lot more structure that you can take advantage of. So if you're trading on the smaller time frames, trading in the direction of the longer time frame is going to give you a key advantage as well. So a market scanner that can search for setups based on your own rules, verified by multiple time frame analysis, would be an extremely valuable tool. But the problem, as a professional trader, we looked and looked and we couldn't find anything like this on MT4. So we decided to make our own. Okay, they were either too complex, they were unstable. There was a single tool that was not integrated with the entire system or setup. It was usually incompatible with any of the other indicators that we were using. There's a lot of issues that we found. So understanding that and trying to find some information from it, we developed a market scanner ourselves. Well, today it's the #1 market scanner on MT4, probably because it's the only one. A professional tool that allows you to instantly scan through the entire market to match your unique rules. So we got a lot of other tools with it. I'll go through in a lot more detail as we go on. So what it includes: a scanner, a desktop, a configurator, and a trade manager. All of these are all integrated with, you get one-click symbol integration, custom timeframes, multiple timeframes, and scanner technology. So let me go through some more details here. MT4 Professional also has a lot of other features involved, such as a professional market scanner that helps you to see those trades. You never get that, oh, I missed that trade again. You also get the stay tuned, so it's always with you. Never miss an opportunity because you can receive notifications and updates directly upon your mobile device. You can even see your charts and the mobile scanner directly on your mobile device. All right. So it's better than technical analysis because it's multiple time frame analysis and it is custom time frame analysis. So never again are you going to be stuck with the fixed MT4 time frames, 5, 15, 30, 60, 1 hour. You can go 3 minutes, you can go 33 minutes, you can go 12 minutes. It doesn't matter with MT4 Professional. And then everything synchronizes. Since it's fully cloud-based, everything is backed up to the cloud. You never have to worry about losing data. You never have to worry about losing your configurations or anything again. And you can even go to multiple computers without having to carry yours with you. Log in, and then you have your full system customization right there. Log into MT4 Professional, and all of your charts and setups are there, ready to go. Awesome tool. So why today? Why do we need it today? Well, obviously, such a complex environment that you need tools to help you to assess the whole market, look at the trades that are trading. You don't have time to sit down and go through and start finding trades. If the trades came to you, then all you have to do is filter out the best ones, and then you start acting on them. Okay. So with the scanner, with the tools, they all come together to provide you a no programming solution that's very simple to configure and incorporates all of your own custom rules. You apply the rules, you apply the indicators, MT4 does the rest. So the terms I'm going to be talking about today in the demonstration, when I say fully customizable, that only refers to MT4 Professional. It does not refer to MT4 itself because we don't change MT4. We don't even touch the code at all. But we have created an overlay, like that's a cover. We have like a little beetle underneath it, but then you have this nice Porsche cover that goes right over the top of it. Okay, it doesn't really work, but you get the point. Um, we can fully customize MT4 Professional to do the things we want it to do with our own specific rule sets. So within MT4 Professional, there are 3 different terms I want you to know. There are desktops. A desktop is a collection of workspaces, scanners, and symbol lists. That's all it is. You define exactly what workspace you want to use, the scanner that you want set up, and any symbols that you want to have attached to that. A smart workspace, we like to call it smart because that's what it is. It's not just a workspace. It's a collection of charts that's placed on your desktop space that you have interaction with. All of your indicators are displayed there, and you see your actual chart setups and timeframes there. The scanner, it's the multicolor time frame system that's on the left side of your display, and it's detachable as well. It has all of your MP4 indicator outputs integrated, and it's logic and color codes are based upon your own trading rules. So if you don't think it should be bullish until a certain point, you tell it what that point is and it will go green for you. So you're looking at a very simple system to set up. And of course, symbol list, the easiest part. You just tell it which symbols you want to be looking at, or all the symbols for it, doesn't matter, listed in at that point. So in summary, we have a professional market scanner. It has a smart workspace with one-click integration, real-time mobile scanner and alert setups, multiple time frame and custom time frame technical analysis. You get flexible integration with no programming skills involved. It's fully cloud-based and backup. And you have a professional traders network. I didn't even talk about that. If you have other people trading on MT4 Professional, and there are a lot of them, you can interact with them through MT4 Professional platform, send them your configurations, or receive from them their configurations directly. And I can show you exactly how to do that. So it's a really great way of making sure everybody's on the same page at the same time. So what we do is we develop an algorithm which goes through and looks at the individual currencies and gives a color-coded display based upon the rule set that you come up with. So it scans through each one of the symbols for each time frame and tells you bullish, bearish. So when you see the Australian New Zealand is bearish all the way around, well, okay, that's a nice trend. But you look at the CAD yen, that's even better. It is in the longer term bearish. Short term, it's cycled into bullishness. Okay, so one of two things. Number one, it's either just starting to get into a new trend that we might be able to capitalize on, because usually it starts off in the fastest time frame and goes to the slowest, or it's just cycling out in the fastest time frame, and then eventually will change back in line with the longer time frame. So these are the considerations that you're looking for. Here you can see a middle time frame that has cycled out. So it looks like this is cycling back in line with the longer time frame. This one is switching. This was a reversal, and it looks like it's cycling back into a long trend. So it's really easy, once you understand what your own rules are, to see and analyze a very large number of instruments at one time across multiple time frames. It's a real edge and advantage when you're trading in these. As far as smart workspaces are concerned, it doesn't matter what your layout is. If you have 1, 2, 4, 8 charts, multiple monitors, it doesn't matter. You can configure within the configurator here MT4's windows so that they look exactly the way you want them to look, by dragging each one of these windows out, specifying the template that you want to use, the time frame, whether you want a specific symbol loaded or not, if there are any notes applied, and whether those notes should be displayed or not. All of that is just real simple to apply. Click, 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 and you're done. And every time it always comes up looking just the way that you like it. And you don't have to have it for any specific instrument either, because that's the nice thing about the scanner and the setups, that you can just click on the symbol, one click, and then all of your charts change instantly. You don't have to worry about dragging and dropping onto every single chart. You don't have to worry about accidentally deleting a window and then it not ever coming back again and rebuilding it from scratch. All those are gone. Everything's backed up, one click, and you're back up and running again. Mobile real-time scanners from any mobile device or on the web. You can come up and look at your real-time scanner setup, and you can even do a click on any symbol on your mobile device, and it will provide for you a snapshot of that current configuration. That is smart, and that is cool. Anytime, anywhere analysis. Multiple time frame technical analysis. Again, you can look at any multiple time frames, 1 minute, 5 minute, and you get the alignment. See the cursors? You get direct cursor alignment that's matched to the time frames. You don't get that in MT4. Okay, that's usually reserved for some of the higher end technical platforms, but now you've got it on MT4 where you can look at the vertical and horizontal axes at any point. So the 1 minute alignment here, you can see exactly where that 1 minute alignment is on a 5 minute or longer time frame. Or you see a setup on your 10-minute chart and you want to see how that aligns with your 1 minute chart. You don't have to memorize the bottom of the charts anymore. Looking at the bottom of the charts and memorizing the time and the date and then moving over. Okay, you've been there, so I don't have to go into details. Awesome tool. Custom time frames. Okay, you don't have to be stuck with 1 minute, 5 minute, 15 minutes anymore. 3 minutes, 6 minutes, 12 minutes, 33 minutes, 165 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You can specify the time frame and trade without limits. The MT4 Professional way, of course. We developed it to make multi-time frame analysis easy, and it's geared specifically towards you. You don't have to play by other people's rules anymore because you have your own. So flexible integration means that we have simple interfaces and simple ways for you to put together your trading system. Putting together your symbol list from all the symbols you have access to, pulling them all together in our configurator, setting up your workspaces and your scanners all at the same time. And did I mention before it was fully cloud-based and backup? Absolutely. That's right. You don't have to synchronize it. It'll automatically synchronize itself. And so you can see from the cloud, your scanner, your market setups, your snapshots. You can share these things through Twitter snapshots. And we have links to all of these snapshots directly from the members area. So you can take these links and share them anywhere that you want and make it very easy to integrate. And of course, the Professional Traders Network I mentioned earlier. It's a great way for you to integrate and to share any of your symbol lists or your configurations with other people who are in MT4 Professional Network. Everyone's on the same page. All right, some other features, accurate order entry. So we have a little trade order monitor here that allows you to enter trades that are based upon the amount of risk percentage that you want to place on the trade and gives you a direct risk reward ratio value directly on that. So it's a smart entry method that puts a line in the sand on where your stop loss is, a line in the sand where your entry is, and a line in the sand where your profit target is. And of course, you can click and move these anywhere on the chart. And once you're ready to go, then click buy, sell, market, buy, sell, limit orders or stops. And these are smart also because it will automatically tell you whether it's a limit or buy order based upon where you take and place your entry point relative to the current price. And of course, you can always look at the smart management of your trades. You can see current trades. You can see where the current trades are, and you can enable exiting trades through this one button here, or you can click this button and it automatically will set MT4 to display the chart and the entry point for any of those trades. So it'll automatically pull you to your trade on the chart that you took it on. And his trade history as well will show you all the notes that you had specific to that and all the trades that you took and the ability to view the trades for your later analysis, because everyone knows that journaling and keeping track of your trades is so important. And this is a great way to just very quickly take a snapshot of your historical trades and apply them to your journal. All right, now it's time to go through and look at a demonstration and see what the MT4 Professional is like. So let's go to MT4. Here I'm in a profile. You can see the normal interface with MT4, but I'm going to go to a profile for MT4 Professional. But every time you log in, it will automatically come up and give you a blank screen because it allows you to go in and set up exactly what you like. So this way, with one click, all I've got to do is pull up a desktop. The desktop will load a workspace, it'll load a scanner, and it will load a symbol list for me. Here I have a Euro only symbol list. I have a setup of 6 charts, 2x3 array, and I'm looking at the exponential moving average and price relationship. So I'm looking at the scan on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different time frames using that, and the time frames are going to tell me whether I'm bullish or bearish. So the Euro Australian dollar on the 1-minute chart says it's bearish. Here you can see that my price is underneath my EMA, so I'm definitely bearish. But notice the 5 minutes bullish. All right, bullish. 15-minute, 5 minutes bullish. 15-minute bullish. 30-minute bullish, and so forth. And so you can see across the board that I'm looking at a nice potential reversal, or maybe something else is happening, but I can see it very quickly. If I want to go and look at the Euro US dollar, I click on it and it automatically switches all of my charts to the Euro US dollar. The Euro US dollar is in all of those. So I don't have to worry about dragging, dropping. So if I drag and drop, yeah, it's going to change. I'll have the Australian US dollar on there. You know, I can have the Aussie yen over here. I can pull my US 30 down here. Yeah, I can do all of that, but all I have to do is click one time and read all my charts and it pulls me right back to all of my Euro US dollar pairs that I had before. It is awesome. If I'm looking for alignments, then it's an awesome tool as well. If I'm looking for integration, let me click the F11 tool here to show you I can go to a full screen. Notice every time when you go to full screen mode, or if you're trying to conserve space, you always have a lot of extra space left over around your charts. And so you have to manually drag your charts down to fill in all this extra space. Well, one click of the redraw button and you automatically resize all of your windows to the correct space. Now, we have an example here that's showing 6 different equally sized charts. But what if you have different charts that have different configurations or different sizes? Okay, let's look at an example here. Here's some of my own custom indicators and a setup that I've got. You're looking at 3 different charts. One of those charts right here is a full half screen and the other 2 are smaller. So if I were to go back into small mode, notice how it clips all of my windows. And if I were to go either under window and try to resize those or anything else, then it just becomes a real pain. I know you guys know what I'm talking about because you've been there. Hit that redraw button one time and you're right back ready to go. It's just quick, it's easy. And you can run multiple instances of MT4 as well. So if you have the chart going on here on one desktop or one monitor, you can have another instance on another desktop on another monitor. So you can be looking at the euro on one screen. You can be looking at the pound on another screen. You can be looking at the yen on another one, and so forth. You're not limited. You can have as many instances running on that computer as you want. Okay, and so with this in mind, switching back to the CAD, boom, one-click integration. So when you're looking at the setups, it's simple and it's easy. Let's go back over to our moving averages. Here, we've got a 4 moving average crossover where I'm trying to identify bullish trends or bearish trends based upon longer-term setups. So I want to see if my moving averages have crossed to a bearish mode, which we see here. The slow is on the top, the fast is on the bottom, or a bullish mode where we see the slow is on the bottom and the fast is on the top. So red would be bearish and green would be bullish. So let's look at the scanner configuration for that. Very quickly, we see the scanner configurator is a very simple tool that allows us to pull up the name of any indicator that we have. And in this case, we pulled up the custom moving averages. We tell it that we want it to be a 15-period moving average, a 30-period moving average, a 50 or 100-period moving average, and I give them labels. And then from these labels, I can configure my rules to define the color. It's really simple. So click the configuration button right here, and you come up with a set of configurations. I say compare moving average A, 15, that's a list of all the ones that I gave it names for right here. So my MA15, it has to be less than my MA30. My MA30 has to be less than my 50. My 50 has to be less than my 100. If that is true, because they're all and, it's a bearish configuration. And if it's bearish, then boom. I want it to be red, but I can choose any color I want here. You can even define your own colors, but I just chose red just for simplicity. Same for the green. Green's telling me I want to look at a moving average 15 greater than or equal to a 30. The 30's got to be greater than the 50 greater than the 100 in order to get a bullish setup. Now, if I want to send a notification when this occurs, then I can set up notifications with my phone number for an SMS and a message, and it'll automatically do that. It'll include a live snapshot and an alert on local MT4 as well. So it generates everything once this condition fires off. Very easy, very simple, and very straightforward. Once I define my color rule, this name of the color rule, I can use up here in my scanner columns. So these are my scanner columns. M30, H1, see this right here? The time period is the M30, H1, H4, and D1. I can put any number of ones in here that I want to simply by adding them or removing them, selecting and removing them. So it's very easy to use and to integrate with. The size column here defines the width of this scanner column. So you can define and make it look nice if you like. And then this right here defines the size of each individual cell. So I placed the main color, which is the color rules, and you can look at that color rule from the pull-down menu here, right in the background. So I'm going to have the background colored with the rule that comes up from the definition of my color rules. Simple, elegant, and easy. If there are any notes applied to any of these, then it will display a small little color code within the cell. In this case, you can see a small blue dot indicating I have a note applied to my 30-minute Euro US dollar on that point. So I can click on that and find out exactly what that note is. Okay, pretty neat. All right, let me see, what else am I looking at here? Oh yeah, the workspace. Again, this is just a very simple layout of 4. I can use and apply any template that I like from the template list by clicking on the editor. You can find any template that you have defined in the background anywhere, and then apply that to your chart setup so that you can have one chart looks like one thing and another chart looks totally different. So you don't have to have all the same charts. You can have multiple chart setups for multiple time frames as well. So, and nice thing about it is you can apply a template to all of them if you want as well. So very easy and very straightforward. If you make any changes to one, like for your symbol list, if you pull up your symbol list editor here, you've got access to whatever symbols you've got access to here, and then you can add them either through a custom. You can click in a symbol and add it, or you can remove any symbols, or you can just filter them. You're only looking at the euro symbols, and it's only going to pull up any symbol that has the euro in the symbol itself. And then once you select the ones that you like, you just simply select them and either drag them over here and drop them in, or click add symbol, and it will add those symbols to your symbol list. Once it's all done, and it's just a simple one-click integration, you've got setup and analysis based upon your own rules. Here's a MACD and signal setup. These are all example setups that we provide when you subscribe to MT4 Professional. This is looking at daily, weekly, and 4-hour chart setups. You can see the alignment. So if I were to go to my weekly chart and look at my cursor, then I can move my cursor at a specific time right here where I would have taken and have possibly taken this as an entry. And you can see where the alignment is on all of your times. They're integrated and very smooth attachments. So if you wanted to take a snapshot of that, you could take a snapshot and it automatically integrates with the members area setup. And speaking of the membership area, you get full access to the software 24/7 to download and install that anytime, anywhere. Full online documentation of everything that you need to get going and to keep going. The real-time scanner, here's an example of a live virtual real-time scanner. Here you can select which MT4 account you have your scanner applied to, and you can have lots of them, but here's one specific one that I have set up. And you can see that this is the current setup that I've got running right now. See, the Euro Aussie, Euro CAD, looking at the setup. And so from this point now, you can see that I'm looking at the Euro Aussie on my charts, but I want to pull up the Euro US dollar. So I click right here. It's going to change all the symbols on my actual application, and it's going to give me a snapshot of that setup right here on my mobile device. So this is my laptop, but I'm actually accessing my real-time charts directly from here, and I can see that. Now I can just go to my mobile trader, and I can say that's a great reversal signal. I think I'm going to go ahead and take that as a long from this point. So you have the ability to see that and act on it without even having to be at your computer. So that's really cool. Although these days, you're going to be at your computer all the time because we're on a lockdown, so no one can go anywhere anyway. That's okay. That's why there are so many traders out there right now. So enables you to see that snapshots. Again, the snapshot gives you the ability to chronicle your all of your trades and all of your settings setups. You can take a shot that you specifically liked. You can click on the link and share it via any of your social networks that you're on, or on any of the chat rooms that you're a member of, so that they can have full access to what you're doing. Or if you're part of another chat room as well, you can actually share your configuration with them and tell them exactly how you did it. You can filter them, you can tag them with specific symbols, so then I can look at all of my Tomahawk trade setups right here all at the same time. I can look at all of my pound or US dollar setups right here. And so those are all very easy to use and integrate. And of course, anytime there's a software update, you'll get notified in the members area, and information to watch or to learn. And you can manage your account directly from the spoke here, going through your settings and managing your subscription, managing your account and everything with a very easy click of the button. So are there any questions so far? This is interactive, and I'm showing you how it's used, and how it's applied, but I want to make sure and go over any specific questions if you might have them on application and use. It's very specific to any indicator, even custom indicators that you can use, because it takes the outputs from those indicators and feeds it through our own algorithm. All right, so if not, then I'll go back to my presentation here. And want to give you a very special offer if you wanted to get started with MT4 Professional yourself. Normally, the value is about $595 if you add everything together, but of course, no one ever does that. We give you 14-day free trial to sit down and try it out for yourself. It is totally free, so you can go 14 days and cancel before the 14 days is over, and you won't get charged a penny. You don't get charged $595. Right now, we're looking at $194 a month, but you're not going to get charged $194 a month because we've cut that in half for today. However, Easter is coming up, and so we've applied a very, very special Easter discount, 50% off of that. So we're doing a 75% discount off of the normal $194 per month, $47 a month if you want to get started today. You get 14 days to try it out anyway. Then after that, it locks in at $47 a month, not for 1 month, not for 1 year, but for as long as you hold the subscription. Okay. MT4Professional.com/trial is the link. It's in the chat box there. If you click on that, it's the link to get started. MT4Professional.com/trial if you want to get started on that. Enter the code Easter 2020 in the promo code. Easter 2020. There'll be a promo field there when you get to the checkout page, because it'll say 97 because that's our current promotion. But if you put in Easter 2020, it's going to knock it off another 50%. All right. Of course, if you have any other questions, I'll be more than glad to present them or show them now. And identify that. Or you can contact support at MT4Professional.com for questions or applications to get up and started for demonstrations or whatever. Oh, there are questions panel. Okay. Let me pull up the questions pane here. Sorry about that. I don't see any questions. Sorry. In my view, I see participants. I don't see any questions.
If you move your cursor to the top where the Zoom window comes back up, there's should be like a more button, or
I see the more button, but I don't see any questions.
And then it should say chat, not questions.
Oh, I see the chat window. Yeah, I've got the chat window open.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't see the questions, but okay.
Yeah, they're
very thorough, so there's no, even if you don't have to, okay. License, Yeah, that's correct. Do you have a futures or commodities charts? I see that. Okay, good. Okay, I'm seeing them now. I don't know. Maybe it was just a delay on my side. Sorry about that. Yeah, if you have access to your MT4 brokerage to CFD data, then you do have that, or you can have futures or commodities data through that. Absolutely, but otherwise, there's it's all dependent upon your broker. Excellent. So the trading, it could be any brokerage MT4 platform, and it's made specifically for MT4. So there's no limitation on that. We will be upgrading to MT5 once the demand gets there. Right now, there's not enough demand or enough interest for us to make that investment. But once we do, then it won't be long before we're on MT5. But it is definitely on our roadmap, and we're definitely planning on doing it for sure. So let me do an example here. I've got a really nice scanner set up here for looking at the MACD cross. You can see that my indicator and my signal are both from the MACD indicator. And of course, you can pull the MACD up by clicking on this, and you get a list of any of the indicators that you have on your computer. Of course, you click the indicator that you're specifically interested in, which was the MACD. Okay, and you tell it exactly how you want it set up. So if I were to go to my chart and look at my indicator list, then you can see that the MACD right here is set up as a 12.26.9. You can see I'm setting up as a 12.26.9. So you have access to all of the different parameters that are on the list here. Now, parameter number 4 would be the fourth item on the list. So this would be a close. So by default, if you do not enter a number in parameter 4, it's going to take whatever the default value is listed on the indicator. But if you pull this list down, you can see you have a choice of a lot of different ones. So the default value will always be value 0. That's the first one on the list. And it goes down from there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I could put any of those numbers into this first cell and have my MACD decision made based upon any one of these values. So right now it's blank, it's going to choose 0. If I wanted it to do 1, then it would do the open instead of the close, just by simply putting a number 1 here in that parameter. Okay, that's as difficult as it gets. That's why this is pretty smart. And on that MACD, I'm saying for a configuration, the MACD indicator, I want it to tell me that the MACD indicator is less than 0. So whenever this MACD value, got it closed there out of the way, I'll move that off screen. Whenever that MACD value is less than 0, then I know it's going to be bearish. If it's greater than 0, then it's going to be bullish. Okay, so you've got the MACD indicator and you have the MACD signal. MACD indicator, MACD signal. And that's the setup that we're looking at here. So the indicator is index 0. The signal, it's index value 1. It's the second output of the indicator. So it's all there available and ready on the fly. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on this and say Save Scanner. Notice the name of the scanner on the screen when I do that. Okay, Save Scanner, it automatically highlights the scanner as yellow. The yellow color is a definition that helps us to know that there's been changes made to your scanner, but they have not been applied yet. So all I have to do is just reload my scanner, and it automatically applies any changes I made to the scanner, and then the light goes out to let me know that all changes have been updated and I'm now running with the live scanner. Okay. Now, say I wanted to share that with a friend of mine. So I'll go up under File and I say Save Scanner As. Instead of saving it as a specific name, what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this particular scanner, which happens to be the MACD and signal. And instead of saving it, I'm going to send. See the little send button right here? I'm going to send this scanner to someone in my list. Claudio, I'm going to send that to him. And do I want to send that to Claudio, my MACD signal and trader? Yes, I do. So I click OK, and it's gone. So he now will receive an email, and within his scanner setup, right down here in his inbox, he will see that I just sent him my MACD and signal scanner setup. All he has to do is click on that scanner on the Open tab, and right here, so Open Scanner. Then all he would have to do is open that within his MT4 application, click on it and click the Open button, and then it will automatically open that scanner in his scanner setup on his specific application. Simple, simple. And he got it just like that. So if you've got someone that you're trying to show and you're getting your trade setups going and they want to have the same trade setup, you just send it to them, they click it, and then you're right back up together. You're on the same page at the same time. It's awesome, awesome tool for tutoring someone or for coaching sessions and for getting people where you need them to be when they need to be there. So it's a cool tool and access to that. So okay. For custom indicators, let me pull that back up again. One last chance here. If you look at the output window, the data window, and you scan over this, and you'll see all of the outputs listed will be shown on your setup screen here. So you can see the size of the charts and all the data that's listed there. So at this particular point right here, then I'm looking at my 5-minute chart, and here are the actual variables that are listed here. So the dots that you see on the screen here are the Hawkeye trend. Here's a green trend, here's a white trend, and a red trend. So this gives me bullishness and bearishness indications. So when it's in a red trend, I know I'm moving down. If you look at the variable here, you can see that trend long is blank, that trend neutral short is blank, and then trend neutral is red. And so the information that's displayed on the data window is showing what the current trend configuration is for the window that I'm on. So it changes based upon the window that you're on, and based upon where the cursor location is. And so put your cursor location where you want it to be. If it's on the very end of the setup, then you can see what the current trade setup is. All right, the current setup for the chart and the settings. And then you know exactly what value to use on your scanner setup. It's that simple. So if this trend short is currently turned on, it's greater than 0, that's all I need. So if I go over here to my scanner and I pull up my trend, and I'm looking for a trend up, trend down, that's my trend short, it's the second variable. I'm looking for it to be short, so trend red on my configuration. The trend down has to be greater than 0. If it's greater than 0, I know that that condition has been met, and it's going to turn my cell red. Okay. If it's up, then I'm looking to see, make sure that my trend up is greater than 0. It's that simple. It works for any of them. You go down the list and look for the values. You can see if the volume is a certain color, you know that you're ready to take that trade. Simple. When you're looking at multi-time frame of trend and volume analysis, when you see these really nice reversal signals, okay, where you see an engulfing green buying pressure bar. I mean, this is green because the volume is green, and it's signaling that this is a significant volume event occurring right here at the bottom of the market. All right. What the institutions are trying to get you as a retail trader to do is thinking that this is a false breakout, and they're getting everybody in because they're creating liquidity and they're trying to get you on the wrong side of the trade. What they're in turn doing is they're on the opposite side, buying these all up, buying all these up, or setting up all the stops so that they're getting all that the yummy goodness in. And then they're rapidly increasing price to leave you behind. Price comes back down into that same region, and then it goes off to the races until when? Until you see the same thing occurring on the opposite end. Big red reversal bar coming back down. So understanding what that does on multiple time frames then gives you a real key understanding to trading that in the long term. MT4 Professional is a tool that allows you to integrate all of that together to see these specific setups and to know when to act and which instrument to act on at any specific time. Okay. All right, that about does it. Let me go back to presentation again. And if there are any last minute questions, then this is the time to ask it. MT4Professional.com trial. Give it a 14-day trial just to see if you can use it, if you like it. If you have any specific questions, we'll be more than glad to answer those. You can always contact us here at support@MT4Professional.com. We'll get right back to you and even schedule a one-on-one session if you need that to get going. Any last minute questions then before we head out? I was talking a little bit fast, but I was trying to be thorough. How long is the special good for? It's special. The special is good until Easter, which is next Sunday. I think it's next Sunday. It's good up until Easter. Next Sunday, so it's a week from Sunday, the 12th. You're very welcome. It does lock it into this price. This price is the same price and it does not go away as long as the subscription is held. But as soon as it goes away, then it pops right back to 194, which is the normal base price. We usually knock it down 50% for promotions and during specials like this. But it's very rare that we come across a nice promotion like this and an Easter holiday all at the same time.